Greetings, Internet. Today we're going to continue with our drum overhead mixing. Today we're going to move on to compression. It's going to be a pretty quick and easy one. This sort of a rock, reggae sort of type song. It's with a reggae band. I think I've done a full breakdown of a mix with them before. And I'm playing with some different plugins and experimenting. So this is the same drum overhead where I did that tight with a lot of low end dropped out. We're going to move on to the compression. So I'm going to just hit play real quick. So here's without. Here's with. We'll input match, so it sounds about the same volume. Basically, one approach to drum overheads, at least I try to do, don't overdo it. So this is about just control and taming transients. For this example, so continuing our soft tube kick, I'm going to use the British Class A compressor. This is, I believe, a 2264 emulation. I actually never looked too deeply. So with drum overheads, I guess one thing to pay in mind, your attack speed really matters with drums. I feel more so with drums than any other instrument just because they hit so fast and so hard that getting your attack speed wrong just can really just drain the energy out of them if you're way too quick. If you're too slow, what's the point of compression? We're going to really focus on that. My typical, especially live, is I really like doing about a 10 millisecond delay on compression. We're just going to play with it. So first off, going to bring this up to a 2-to-1. I love a good 2-to-1 ratio. And I'm going to aim for about 60 dB of compression. It's fairly aggressive. It's the only compressor I'm going to be using aside from a couple little multiband things, which I already showed you one of them. And then the other one, multibanding I'm doing, I'm actually using a side chain to pull out some snare because it was a little too aggressive. I'm going to hit play. All right, 2-to-1 ratio. And I'll show you what I mean by too fast. See, it's hitting less than 60 dB, but here it just gets sunk down. And if you open up this attack, I should bring the threshold up more even. It definitely sounds a little more open. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the output on here just so it's hitting a little more. You can always turn it down in the mix, just a really soft output. Typically my drum overheads when I record, I'll record them softer than say my other drums, primarily because I really like it just sonically when you're getting near the near what your preamp can do before it breaks up. So I usually hit those a little hotter. You typically get more of an open sound when you're not hitting them as hard. So I'll be a little calmer on my drum overheads, and then if I want saturation, I'll add it later, which I actually did in this case. But let's turn that up. We're going to turn that ratio down and try again. So you'll hear too that it's actually the kick drum and the snare that's actually triggering this more. It's probably the snare. There's a bit of a delay because of the buffer speed, but that's actually speed up this this attack again. So I'll show you what I mean. See, just if you hear it, I'm not sure how well YouTube transfers that, but you actually hear just your overheads feel like they don't have the same energy. They're being sucked down right when they start getting hit. So opening that really helps. Actually, gonna slow down the release too. So that just creates a much more even sound. Just gain match that. And what you notice that now that I've sort of dialed these in a bit more, you don't hear the compression as much. You're just sort of bringing that dynamics and taming it a bit more. What that does is, so one thing about compression is you're taming your dynamic range, and so you're being able to sort of bring the perceived volume up in your mix. what happens is suddenly your highs, your hot isn't too hot, your low isn't too low, so you don't have to tiptoe around your volume so much, and you can really allows you to bring that up into your mix more and fill your mix without really feeling like it's overpowering as easily. Also allows you to bring it down, sit in the background a bit more, and still hear it where you want to hear it without it feeling like you're disappearing as much. That's the joys of compression. And yeah, I hope that helps. Let's play it in context of the mix again. Again, off. All right. Anyway, feel free to like and subscribe. I definitely need the views and the hits. If you guys like what you're hearing, feel free to comment, say something nice. If you need any mixing done, feel free to let me know, and I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day.